Spotify says its best developers haven't written a line of code since December. They generate code with AI and supervise it, and then the stock jumped 14% the same day. Hello, everybody. My name is RJ Robinson. This is a live Engineer in the Loop podcast. We talk about AI engineering with production reality. Here's the problem. Anthropic said that the company that makes AI, Spotify, is using, just published a study saying that developers who delegate coding to AI score 17% lower in comprehension. And that's the skill that degrades the most, debugging, basically the exact skill you need when you're using AI to code. Today, we're looking at whether Spotify just showed us the future of engineering or whether they're building the most sophisticated debt factory in the industry. We'll look at their actual infrastructure, the research that contradicts the headline, and where I land. Why don't we get into it? So, Spotify has a system called Honk, and they've built in Anthropic's Claude code, which I use. And an engineer can use Claude from Slack on the train. This is one of their big claim to fames here, right? So they're saying that they can use Claude on the train to do a test build, write some code, maybe even deploy to production, all before they get into the office. Spotify shipped over 50 features in 2025 using this workflow. What every headline leaves out is that Spotify just didn't plug Claude code in last month. Backstage is one of their apps that they use, has been mapping service ownership since 2020, and Fleet Management has doing the bulk of code changes across thousands of repos since 2022. Half the RPRs are already flowing through high automation before AI was even involved. Claude Code's just an intelligence layer on top of 6 years of infrastructure work. So the strongest version of this argument is that Spotify has proven what happens when you stop treating AI as an assistant and start treating it as a primary builder. Senior engineers become architects and reviewers, which is arguably what they should have been doing all along. If we start looking at like they shipped 50 features in 2025, that velocity might be impossible depending on your team size with just manual coding alone. Claude Code handles all of this context via an MCP. So ideally, if they have the right MCPs involved, they can develop and deploy this fast. What I will say is that Backstage is their like back-end thing. It gives Claude Code a lot of the information that it needs to facilitate this kind of development workflow. But having Claude Code, Fleet Management, and Backstage, calling it Honk, it's not a stack to engineer on. It's a tool, and it's tooling that they built to facilitate their specific workflows. Going back to what software engineers as architects should do, architecting and engineering just seems to be almost synonymous these days. Senior engineers should be architecting a lot of their work to the AI agent. Arguably, they could have been doing it to the junior engineers as well. But we need to, as an industry, we need to make sure that we're on top of these things. Now, when we go to look how AI impacts the formation of coding skills. So Anthropic tested 52 developers learning a new library, right? And the AI group finished slightly faster, but scored 17% slower, 17% less comprehension than the non-AI workflow. And what the people at Anthropic, the people who build Claude, are telling you is that delegation without understanding produces worse engineers. All right, we went over this before, that 19% of engineers are 19% slower with AI. We went over that episode before. Someone had quoted saying, "I shipped more code last quarter than any quarter in my career, but I also felt more drained." right? So AI fatigue is real and nobody's talking about it. Well, I'm talking about it. AI fatigue is definitely real. You can see that this is a personification of my daily life. When we look at these studies, right, the Meta RCT, that there's studies that they put out where they're saying that people are getting slower when they think they're getting faster. We have a decline in junior engineer, not even open roles, just junior engineers being able to get into the industry. And then Anthropic itself is saying that there's a 17% mastery drop. AI engineering requires, at the top of your pillar, debugging skills, because senior engineers and even anyone who writes code knows what bad code looks like, or wrong code, or can stress test it, or knows to ask which questions to stress test, right? Like, hey, maybe this isn't exactly how this should go. The AI agent is sort of still finding the path of least resistance, right? Like you said, hey, I need this problem solved, and it will spit out all the tokens in the world to get you to solve that problem. It is up to you as the engineer to develop not only the cognitive and critical thinking skills, but you have to like be that engineer in the loop. Ding, insert sound effect here, right? Anthropic's own research is pulling this out. So you can't supervise what you don't understand. And the data says that AI first workflows is producing supervisors who understand less every quarter. Right? We got to fix that. So what this reminds me of, if you remember a few years ago, there was the 737 MAX problem, right? So the 737 MAX had this MCAS system, and it was an automation system, and it handled specific cases that pilots rarely encounter, right? However, when the pilots trusted this automation to just blanket solve this problem if it ever came up, it malfunctioned. And the pilots lacked the skills to not only override it, but to understand what was happening in the first place. This resulted in the deaths of 346 people, right? The FAA fix wasn't better automation. It was mandatory manual skills training. And the lesson here is that the more you automate, the more critical the human's residual skills become, and the faster that those skills atrophy from disuse. Spotify engineers supervising AI code that they can't fully debug. It's the same failure mode at lower stakes, right? Let's see what socials have to say. Brett from DJ said he bet $1 million that the claim is a flat out lie, calling it peak AI hype. That is, I could believe that, right? Spotify basically says that their best engineers haven't written a line of code since December. On Hacker News, we got a quote that says, "How do you feel if you work at Spotify and you have written code since December? Or did you just get put in the not best engineers?" Boy, that's an ego hit. But it's pretty true, right? So first off, who's shipping code in December? A lot of people are on holiday or holiday breaks, so 2 weeks of the year. They also shipped 50 features. So they shipped 50 features with AI, and yet my bill went up. I remember that specifically. Yeah, interesting. So here's where I'm going to end this. Spotify is right about the delegation, but it's dangerous as a template. What they built works because of 6 years of infrastructure investment, and 90% of engineering orgs don't have, right? You don't have time to do that. You're too busy shipping code and shipping features, and to build these subsystems, you have to be at Spotify scale to be able to support that and fund that. Having an AI layer without Backstage and Fleet Management Foundation, you're not just going to like build Honk overnight. Like, this isn't going to happen. What I really think that people should pay attention to here is that this was admitted on a earnings call, meaning that this was like basically for stakeholders. Like, hey, we're making so much money, and all of our features are shipped by AI, and that's why their stock jumped up. So you gotta the real question is, how does Honk work instead of, oh, I'm sorry. Hold on, let me rephrase that. The real question that engineers need to be asking their AI agents is, how does this work, or challenging them. Why are you doing it this way? No, I don't think that's right. Instead of just fix this for me. The engineer has to be the interrogator and the director of, maybe that's what we're going to be, software director, agent director. I don't know what the new titles are going to be. But yeah, so follow through on that, right? They said that there's a 86% mastery score on the conceptual inquiry pattern. Someone else says, Spotify hasn't released a new useful feature or improved any existing ones since 2018. They did, however, remove some useful ones. Yeah, I agree with that. Here's where we're going to end today. The next time your AI coding tool is writing code with you, okay, ask it to explain this approach, why this approach works, and stress test it yourself. If you don't understand all the ins and outs, the pros and cons, the trade-offs, you're no longer engineering. You're just approving code. And that's not going to hold water for much longer. The bar is getting raised onto what is acceptable and what is not. And it's just going to take a handful of failures before we start reassessing this. And I want you guys to start now. Audit your last 10 PRs that you had AI write and figure out how many times you had to debug with it. If you're asking it to debug all of it for you and you're not able to debug it yourself, there's a skills gap there and you need to sharpen that skill. Okay, make sure that you're staying on top of this. If you don't, there's going to be bad waters ahead for you. Meta's redesigned productivity study. That's the last thing we're going to show out here. So check out metter.org, METR.org. They're changing the way their productivity experiment is happening. They admitted on February 24th that developers now refuse to work without AI, which is corrupting their training data. The refusal is signal itself on how ubiquitous this is becoming. And we need to make sure that we're taking great steps to improve our skills to be on par with what we're committing into our code bases. Because again, I'm going to hit this hammer and this nail with the hammer again. If you don't understand the code that you're committing, you're going to basically put yourself out. And I don't want that to happen to anyone. Ship more code, everybody. That's all I got for you today. Have a good one.